all are looking at the world champions here at MSC 2025 at the Esports World Cup to come back into form.
Now that you mention it, Gideon, what if they actually do that, no? And that'll be so hard on ONIC because the biggest upsets were taken against them, if that were to be the case. But, I mean, let's see, because I feel like both of these teams, their intentions are pretty clear. Just burst down whoever you see for ONIC PH, Area 77. They might want to attempt to do the same because they have a lot of pressure, especially with their roamer or through their roamer, which is Joy.OG. But whether or not they're able to do that, that's gonna be the question. It goes back to what LaFell says about you have to be confident.
Hey, you need some confidence in your team, man. I'm seeing that fear come out of you. Don't let it. ONIC PH, they got this, right? I would imagine. But Area 77 have proven that they are able to, you know, press buttons well. They're able to team fight against their opponents. It's just finding those leads within the game itself. Now, looking at the emblem set, seems very standard all across the board. Killing spree coming out from the side of Shiro, very confident of him, but more importantly, from the side of ISO, he needs to win this lane, right? He's already taking the quantum charge. He's also making sure that he has Master Assassin against someone like Kelra, who, again, mystery shop, he doesn't even want the tenacity. He's like, all right, if I have to give out the laning phase, that's fine, but give me at least 12 minutes and it's over. Oh god.
Instead it's Hunter who gets the tenacity. Fortunately he does, because those are instances wherein you definitely need a little bit more tankiness in your hands, considering that it's not just King Kong, also Super Friends. Maybe this is why there are no Farsas being picked, you know? Like the Kadita bands, the Kaguras, they can come out a lot more often, so maybe teams are being more cautious of that.
I don't know what scrims have been showing for both of these teams, but it's interesting if this is truly what they were looking to play. Now, King Kong, he gets out of there and Ureshi's able to peel back, but it seems pretty chill for now for both sides. Nobody wants to make that first blood happen just yet.
Not just yet. Super Friends, though, doing a great job at scouting where the other members of Area 77 are, but look at that ejector getting denied by the title strike, and somehow Brusco gains access to the turtle. Joy.OG, the first to fall. Ureshi trying to zone out the other members as well, but that's already one pick off. Flicker, Dark Wave coming in from Clark, but Shiro somehow finds a way to steal the objective. Brusco might just get punished here, but Ureshi at least has the flicker.
Beautifully played by Shiro. Finds the one frame he needs to get the Traceless off and weave in his retribution to steal that turtle from King Kong despite getting attacked by so many members. He stays pretty healthy throughout it, right? So he can maintain his jungle farm. And this is what we were looking for, right? The natural way to kind of speed up your jungler, especially when you have someone like Jawhead. Use those Spark missiles, leash for him, speed him up, clear it fast, and then look for opportunities across the map.
Yeah, so this is probably a different way to look at it for Area 77. If they're just literally playing around Shiro, then that doesn't change much of what they want to do of playing aggressively from the very beginning, because even the first objective went into their hands. Oh, but they used the Unstoppable Force and the ejector onto Kirk. Will they have enough damage to take him down? It seems like they do. They just answer what we mentioned right off the bat.
Yep, they have a clear idea. Now, ONIC PH have to answer back. We need to see some kind of retaliation. ISO will have to try and outplay. Keep in mind, he only has Purify.
Oh, will he get to find a way out of this Lycan bounce? But look at the ultimate coming in from Super Friends. Still somehow dodges it. Even the Phantom Execution won't get to take him down. Brusco gets punished instead. That was a massive outplay coming in from ISO.
Beautifully played. The yin-yang overturn coming out from Super Friends wanted to collapse on him, but he quickly purifies it, rolls out of the way, uses the extra movement speed plus quantum charge perfectly to dodge the damage. Nicely done from ISO. This is what we've been waiting for Area 77 to show that they can not only push buttons, but more importantly, they can go toe-to-toe with the best.
Yeah, those are some plays that you would expect to see from the likes of Kelra too, but ISO, too good at pressing buttons. He just needs to stay this way for the entirety of the game, because he's going to be one of the major factors as well of how the next few team fights are going to pan out. But another thing is Joy.OG. He's doing such a great job at finding those ejector plays, but it seems like they've tried to go for him first. Yin-yang overturn again, burst him down, but will Shiro once more get this turtle? It seems like it's a no, but will they fight back? Because ONIC PH, they will respect and disengage.
Nicely done from ONIC PH. The lead is still within the hands of Area 77, but they now are forced to respect the motions from Area 77. Take out Joy.OG first. Don't let him escalate the scenario. They've already got a tier 1 down on top side, and they got outplayed by ISO. They cannot afford any more disrespect from Area 77. Now, in terms of how ONIC PH is going to be looking to escalate, they've got some really good combos on their side, right? Yin Yang Overturn plus the Tsunami Slam is a great way to kind of make sure they guarantee a kill. And not to mention that a majority of the members from the side of Area 77 aren't running the Purify, right? They're running Flicker.
Oh, but Joyboj can't just go for any target. Can't just go for Super Prince. There's still the Ratio Umbrella Flea, as they call it, to get away and somehow purify the ejector. So that's the thing. I think ONIC PH, it's great that they picked up this Kagura because it serves as their main source or way to find where Joyboj is gonna come from, and the plan to just keep taking him out is clearly working in their favor, especially now that their main damage source is just coming from Shiro. But speaking of, King Kong somehow finds him here up top, but Ureshi's within the area as well, so they'll somehow get to help him, unless Brusco tries to do something, but I don't think he will.
Not yet, not yet. I don't think they have enough damage with just King Kong alone. Plus, it's a two-pronged attack, right? You're attacking that top side, you see where Shiro is, the mid lane is suddenly missing. Could he be bot, could he be top? It's better for Area 77 to just sacrifice the turret on that bottom side, which is actually really good specifically for Kelra. It unlocks him from the lane, now he's able to double wave off of the mid as well, and participate for the upcoming turtle fight. Now, this turtle fight is going to be interesting, right? I feel like Area 77 shouldn't be the ones initiating on it. I feel like ISO, his first item though, he decides to go for the Halberd. So he has anti-heal, which is, yes, it's good against shields, which is great against Super Prince and as well as Kelra. I'm pretty sure that King Kong is going to go for his traditional bruiser build. I don't know if he wants to go for full damage just yet, considering that his targets are pretty squishy. But here we go.
They don't find anyone. Brusco, with the conceal, walks away from the range of the ejector, but the Sanguine Claws catches to Brusco, misses the title strike, and Ureshi disturbing everyone from behind, but this might just be the time for the Salmon Force to show off. Brusco is the first to be taken down, however. Hunter is next. Kelra still dancing in between ISO and Joyboj, and look at the damage coming in from King Kong. Phantom Execution also committed. Ureshi using the Flicker, trying to take down Kelra, but he can't do it alone.
The experience is starting to show from the side of ONIC PH. They are together. They understand every aspect of the fight. They see the full battlefield because Area 77 ended up splitting their forces into two. Shiro understood, oh man, I can't get on top of Super Prince, but I think he needs to work alongside ISO. Because watch this fight, right? Ureshi knows what he's doing. He's on top of King Kong. Shiro moves away as Hunter gets blasted, but notice that ISO specifically is targeting Kelra, right? Let's say he wasn't targeting Kelra. Let's say he finishes off these kills on the end of ONIC PH like Super Prince. They need to make sure. Right now in the early game, wait, hold on.
Yin Yang Overturn committed ejector onto Kirk, but he has the Infernal Pursuits. However, Brusco's the one who gets punished. So they get to defend this mid lane turret for Area 77.
Why did ONIC PH so desperately want to push them out? I mean, they were working on the minions, and honestly, they got pretty close to breaking that mid-tier one. I get that if they broke that mid-tier one, it opens up a lot more options, but at what cost? It's basically gone, but they've already sacrificed the initial lead that they took back from the previous turtle fight.
And it's interesting to see that it's actually a very, very small gold lead that exists between these two teams, because even in terms of map control, Area 77 is doing a great job. So maybe despite these early item decisions, these pickups, it's more on the macro that they want to play after all, up until that moment wherein they feel that they can really decide to start the fight themselves. Because as you mentioned, I feel like that's not a good decision, especially if there's King Kong who can burst down your crucial heroes like that.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's going for Bruiser build this time. I think he's going for raw damage. He's got the Hunter Strike and the War Axe already. He's level 13, 9 minutes into the game. Shiro is keeping up with him, and we saw a couple of 1v1s happen on the top side of the map, but now majority of the ejectors have been spawning on the bottom side. A little unlucky for Area 77 because these fights have not been easy. Oh, interesting. Clock of Destiny purchase from the side of Hunter. He decided to complete the Gleaming Gem.
Well, I feel like there's a bit of tankiness there too. If you complete that, but the ejector will be committed onto Kirk. There's the Flicker, but it won't keep him safe. There's the Salmon Force as well coming in from Kelra. Tries to burst down Shiro, but there's the Traceless as well. And that's after they got the Lord for themselves. They still lose a member when maybe they couldn't have not gotten a casualty, and now King Kong might be next because he gets caught by the Lycan Bounce!
I thought ISO was gonna die there. He got chunked by 50%, but it's not over. Ureshi is able to hold on, and finally the mid-tier 1 collapses. It's a breathing moment for both ONIC and as well as Area 77, but honestly, Shiro's probably smiling. Is like, nice one, ISO. Now I get to be the one who gets an eventual level lead.
Yeah, I mean, the Lycan pounds from the Rogers sometimes puts him in a dangerous spot, but during those kinds of situations, it's just a sure way to chase and kill whoever you're trying to take down. And in that moment, it was King Kong who unfortunately found no way to deal with it. But at least for ONIC PH, at least for Kellera, it seems like he just has his eyes set on the turrets. Probably a bit of pushing back the members of Area 77 too through the Zaman Force, but ONIC PH, they have to keep it together a little more, because I feel like it's great that they're playing it aggressively, but Area 77, as you mentioned, even if they don't start things, they have good ways to punish or turn things around.
Yep. Now ISO, third item already complete. He's got the Windtalker, he's got the Sea Halberd, he's also got the Endless Battle. With that being said, yep, he's got more than enough damage to start 1v1ing some of the squishier members. King Kong is doing a good job, but here's the thing. ONIC PH don't scale as well as Area 77. And I feel like right now, unless we see like big mechanical mistakes, you whiff on a kill, you don't use your iframes in time from the side of King Kong, the big punishments from Area 77 are really devastating, because Hunter, he's been eliminated pretty early on in these fights thanks to King Kong. But now, as we are going into the 11th minute, and I think by the 13th minute, Hunter is going to be a huge problem for ONIC.
That's Hunter, Shiro, and ISO, who you have to consider in terms of scaling from Area 77. Whereas for ONIC PH, yes, the burst damage is there, but once you commit the combo from Super Friends, you pair it up with whichever setup Brusco decides to go for, and it's unsuccessful, things are not gonna be looking too good for them. They respect that Joybodge might just go for the setup, and it might be this time their turn. Phantom execution committed by King Kong, tries to chase after Shiro. There's the Zaman Force, takes down ISO. A beautiful pickoff coming in from ONIC PH. Super Prince committing the Yin Yang overturn, but they'll settle with that one pickoff that they got.
Look at the footsies from both of these teams. Taking space, giving up space. We see the initial movement from Area 77's Conceal to get access to not only push ONIC PH out of their own jungle, but to walk to their wave. And I think that's the problem, right? They could have just waited a little bit longer and the wave would have naturally pushed in their favor. ONIC PH punishing ISO specifically for that. And now it's a 4v5. Unless we see Area 70 really drag this out, I feel like ONIC PH can really take their sweet time with this.
Yeah, Shiro and Joybodge are both coming from the sides. Brusco probably looking for an angle. There goes the title strike! He will be finding the Tsunami Slam onto Shiro, and that's going to be a massive problem now for Area 77. Joybodge popped his immortality as well, and the Lord will go into the hands of ONIC PH.
Beautifully played by ONIC PH, and now it is crunch time. 8-8 with the current kill score. With a Lord in their hand, they're looking for inhibitors. They're looking for all the outer-tier turrets. And worst yet, Kellera has fully scaled. He's got a concentrated energy, so he doesn't mind taking a couple of hits, maybe from a Lycan Pounce, maybe from a single Traceless coming in from Shiro, but he cannot afford to get CC'd by the Sanguine Claw or even the Turtle Boat from the Mountain Shocker.
Yep, and it seems like they're doing a great job at just forcing reactions out from Area 77, already taking down the inhibitor turret in mid, even before the Lord gets to approach the base, but Joybodge nearly catches Kellera just in time. There's the Tsunami Slam as well, but will they have enough follow-up damage? Yin Yang overturn. Here comes King Kong as well. Joybodge might not survive, and they're actually trying to buy some time, but King Kong shuts him down.
King Kong's so good at maintaining those War Axe stacks. The true damage is too good, but now the Lord at full health with no inhibitors. Kellera's going for the end. It's
a Zaman Force just to take down the base, and ONIC PH take game number 1.
Woo, what a strike from the side of ONIC PH. Decisive fights from both sides. Area 77 telling them, hey, you must respect us. ONIC PH had to, and once they saw them as equals, they went straight for the throat.
Yeah, honestly, congratulations to ONIC PH for winning the first game, but I kind of feel like for all ONIC fans, they were a bit nervous. Very, very nervous for that one. And I kind of feel like now I can see where Area 77, they said that the stage fright comes in, because I kind of feel like there are moments where they could be a little bit more aggressive, you know, trying, you know, risk it just a little bit to make sure that you have some kind of advantage, because I kind of feel like ISO made one good play when he was ganked, but then after that, we don't see a lot of ISO. You have this jaw hit, but you're not really forcing fights. And to be fair, I can't even blame him. The damage is just not there yet. You have the Sicilian as well as the Yisun-Shin. Yisun-Shin has damage, but it's not like second skill Lancelot kind of damage. Right? It ramps up just a little bit. So I kind of feel like Area 77, they're good in the early game, but once you start going to the mid and late game, it does look like they're overthinking it a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, right? You can tell by these neutral objectives, they really want to come in feeling like they're on equal footing against ONIC PH. They don't want to threaten their positions. They don't want to kind of overstep their boundaries because they feel like ONIC PH will just topple them because of that slight man advantage.
There were moments that Area 77 could have, but maybe their hesitation got the best of them a lot of times in this game. Because, like, I agree with you, even as a Filipino watching this, it wasn't as clean as you would probably say it or expect it to be coming in from ONIC PH, coming in from the Super Fam. Like, there was a bit of the mechanics showing here and there, the chemistry from Area 77 too. So, hopefully they get to work on that because, again, this is still a best of 3 either way.
It's much closer than people would think. The thing is, I kind of feel like Area 77, they got to change their mindset just a little bit because even with the drafts, it's kind of like a triple marksman kind of draft, but subbing in that Sicilian. But the difference is that Kimi, even from the early game, already puts a lot of pressure compared to the Sicilian. So I kind of feel like for this one, they're kind of playing not to lose, right? Waiting for ONIC to make a mistake. And we saw that quite a few times, right? King Kong goes in, all right, catch him, kill him, that's great. But you can't, like, if you want to become champions, you can't always hope for your opponents to make a mistake. You just have to be ready for it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree here. I think that right, what Area 77 needs to do, especially with a composition like this, you can't really, quote-unquote, peel backwards, right?
Yeah.
There's just too many people who kind of extend their leads or stick onto you like glue. Kirk is a really good example, right? He may be 0-3 and 4, but he's in the face of Hunter. He's in the face of Shiro, which forces both ISO or Shiro to kind of make a decision on where they need to be during the fight. I think my big problem is that, unfortunately, Hunter didn't have as much impact as I wanted him to, right? His whole job is to make sure that if Kelra drops down the Zaman force, hey, you better dash backwards every single time. You cannot fall within my range.
It kind of felt like they lost or ran out of options in a way because they were the ones who kept banning out mid lane heroes too. Because again, I think we talked about it in the draft that Super Friends, he's just saving his hero for second phase. Like, that's probably one of the biggest shifts we've seen in ONIC PH and their drafting style. So it kind of backfired to Area 77 as well because, I mean, the Kagura came in very unexpected, but Sicilian couldn't really complement the idea of your draft as much.
I gotta say, as we don't see a lot of Kagura, but I really feel like this Kagura was the reason that they won. I kind of feel like Super Friends was the one that made sure that everyone don't overextend, right? Throw the umbrella just to have an idea of where the engage could come from. That gives the confidence for Brusco to just go in and then immediate burst. Because I gotta say, like, his Kagura mechanics were amazing.
It's really good. You can see how good it is, especially in a 1v1 scenario against the Sicilian. Sicilian's like, I want you at X amount of distance all the time. And Kagura's like, plus minus every single time. I will never give you that ideal option. But worse yet, whenever we see Area 77 looking to try and go on one target, that's when that yin-yang overturn becomes a really powerful tool. Even if Brusco doesn't use the Tsunami Slide, hey, that umbrella is going to force you to kind of break apart. You can't really stick together too hard.
It messes up their formation so much. And to be fair, their ONIC PH's lineup, I feel like individually, every single one of them can break Area 77's formation. Like, either the Lancelot when he goes in and looks for the backlines, or Kirk, because again, you mentioned he's just like glue, always sticking to the members of Area 77. And the AoE from the Tidal Strike and the Yin Yang Overturn, just so many things you have to consider if you're Area 77.
And I kind of feel like you kind of have this mindset as well that even if you have 3 late game heroes, Kara with one hero, he can outpower any scaling hero in the game. Super Friends, by the way, did the most amount of damage in that one. So that's a very impressive Kagura play. King Kong still having the highest gold per minute, 814. You actually took a lot of damage, and then Brusco set things up for ONIC Philippines. So yeah, I kind of feel like Area 77, they got to find that confidence. As difficult as it is, because how can you, like, just trust in yourself, because it's one more game for you to get eliminated.
Yeah, it's one more game. They got to throw everything at the wall here. And I think that at least for Hunter, he needs to be on something that's comfortable, which is why they put him on the Sicilian in the first place, or that's what I would assume that they did. But even so, if they're going to play a composition like this, they have to be really surgical with their attacks. And if we're going to trade, we either go even or we go home. So we got to make the best out of the scenario.
Yeah, that makes me wonder now if the Jawhead has been the most effective roamer for Area 77. I feel like for Hunter, he's been mostly on the Jushin's Farsas, and those are pretty much either banned or you feel hesitant to pick it up going up against this team of ONIC PH, who, if they keep saving Super Prince for last, can bring out all these Kaguras and all that.
Yeah, they could, and I think that Joybodge, this looks like the most comfortable he's ever been, right? I think some of his outplays, especially when you're thinking of like how Brusco and Joybodge want to play the game, are extremely similar. And we've seen them both kind of mess with each other. Flicker forward, Brusco's able to stop him. Brusco tries to make a play, ejector comes immediately.
Yeah, and I gotta say, ONIC Philippines still look very strong there, but we gotta remember, even in this tournament, ONIC Philippines can bleed. In fact, we have a video to see later on, like
how they're so good.
Dude, I have voices in my head that it just talks, and it's
the
just very
schizo
long.
is going crazy.
Yeah, but right now we gotta look at the road to EWC for Area 77.
It feels surreal for us to be here. And finally on the global stage, nobody expected us to be here. We're like the outsiders. So yeah, we're just here to prove ourselves that we deserve to be here.
That's huge damage! The feathered airstrike comes down and BTK falls!
This time around with Area 77, I think we're looking to see what new impact that NA is willing to bring to the table and whether or not it's going to be worthwhile, especially since their group is not only like it's not the easiest group in the world, but things can really snowball out of control for them. If they get through some of the hardest teams in their group, I think they definitely have a shot at going pretty far.
A couple more shots, BTK trying to defend, but that is it. Area 77 defy the odds and take game number 1.
I will put it as simply as I want to see Area 77 succeed, because their success could mean revitalization, could mean a renewal of hope for a region that was often overlooked, and I hope they can deliver some absolute surprises.
I would say it's at least safe to say that they're strong enough to hang with the teams here at MSC. But again, it's just unfortunate.
Going up against ONIC, man. Look, both me and Remar, when we did the documented interviews, we were like, there's a possibility, right? If one of the bigger teams from their side on the upper bracket side actually dropped down, then it becomes a huge problem for Area 77. And unfortunately, that's what happened. We didn't predict the future or anything, but like, I mean, this is the worst case possible for NA. But let's jump right into the draft.
I can't believe it actually came to this point where Area 77 will have to face an elimination match against a fellow Filipino team. But it is what is it, I guess?
It is what isn't.
It is what is it.
It is what is it in the words of LaFell, I guess?
Yeah, the other one is shut up and talk.
Yes, LaFell, 2025. Coming up with some banger lines these days. But hey, look, as we see that the blue side has been taken over by Area 77, it looks like they are the ones who are looking to make the adjustments. Same bans coming up from the side of ONIC PH, and honestly pretty similar bans from the side of Area 77. The only order difference being the Selena in 2 rather than ban 3.
Honestly, when I saw the Selena ban earlier, I was thinking they might actually be considering the Farsa.
I really thought so too. And then like it went all the way to the end, we didn't see Farsa at all.
I mean, like, to be fair, I think we just saw how difficult it is to use a stationary mage right now. Because, like, again, every single time he shows his face, he gets attacked. And this is why we see the adjustments coming in from mid, because even playing mid, I get hella annoyed going up against this assassins, this fighters going up against Lapu Lapu in rank like Yuzong. So I'm like, okay, give me something with dashes. So that's why we were starting to see like Kadita, the Kaguras.
Yeah.
I mean,
Eventually, maybe even the Nana. Even if I die, I have a second chance. You know.
then the one oh, actually, Nana's a pretty good shout out
Right?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I can get behind, honestly. Even though I don't like the hero, but in game number 1, they showed they were playing Sicilian, which I don't think is much of a big adjustment,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
It still falls within the same parameters and still has the same problems. But now we see that the Kalia is going to get banned out. And now, Kimmy, from the side of ONIC PH, we go into the opening picks. Do we still see that Jawhead opener? Do we see the Yishin Shin?
Whoa,
No.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
1-1.
Oh,
But can get very heavily countered by like Farsa, Irito,
or the Yishin
any assassins. So you know, but we've seen even with like I said, even if there's counters, you just gotta outplay it.
Just yesterday, Team Liquid Philippines felt like they had all the counters in the world against the 1-1, but
that's Liquid Philippines.
yes.
Yes.
Man, it's crazy. Same region, completely different play style. Different expectations altogether.
Wait, is that...
Yishin Shin as well as Phoveus. Again, it feels like ONIC PH has a system that they want to stick by, right?
Take
Yishin
Farsa.
Shin makes a lot of sense. I would like to see the Farsa,
Yep.
but the only problem is that when you see the Yishin Shin on the other side, it's like, man, I have to really worry about my positioning. I also might even consider taking the Purify instead of the Flicker. Because again,
Yeah.
that turtle ball, as soon as it connects with you, you're basically as good as gone.
Oh.
Jawhead again.
So they picked a Jawhead again. Maybe it is going to be a good time
Just
to
just
get
more
the
burst.
Farsa. Yeah, burst them down. All right.
Yeah.
Just gotta be brave. Like this might be your final match, so might as well.
Might as well.
I'm all for it. I am all for it. But now the question is, what is the jungle going to play, right? Because I'm assuming the Lancelots are going to get banned out here. I'm also going to assume that the
Hayabusa.
Hayabusa probably would go, but I feel like at the same time, the Fredgen wouldn't do too bad. But
Yeah.
that's just me. That's just me, right? Let's see what this final pick is for the side of ONIC PH, because this really
Amon.
affects the second half. The Amon.
Hey, you know what? Kyrie could do it.
That was
if
ONIC
Kyrie
ID.
can do it, I can do it.
King Kong is like, yo, Kelra, you play a meme Yishin Shin
So-
down by goal lane, right?
Yeah, so we're putting Yishin in the gold. I mean, if we saw the rubies and all that, I wouldn't be so surprised anymore. Just now, the Roger even was in the gold lane. But I'm feeling maybe...
Kagura round 2? Because you have
Worse.
the mobility, you have inbuilt purifies to deal with the Jawhead.
Or they picked the Kadita this time.
Ooh, that's not too bad. That's not
Just
too bad,
adding more
actually.
unique picks.
Because the difference is like the knock-up is a guaranteed way to cancel things, or a lot
yeah.
of things. Like the Kagura at most can do the stuns, the burst. But ever since they adjusted the Kadita and made her combos a lot more faster, every time I see her in the Land of Dawn, it's such a massive threat to all the Farsas. So
There's so many ways to deal with the Farsas. Like
Yeah.
as amazing as she is, Munta makes sure to balance it out by making sure that all the other predators can't keep up.
Yeah, no, it's really tough. It's really, really tough. But it's about impact in the game, and I think that's why Farsa is so highly prioritized, but also so volatile
Yeah.
at the same time. It's just, you hit 2 feathered airstrikes, those 2 shots are more than enough to take out 90% of the problems within the game, assuming that they land in the first place. But now it looks like, I'm not sure.
It's kind of like having a hot girlfriend.
Huh?
It's like, yeah, you got a hot girlfriend, but everyone wants her.
the Farsa.
Yeah, the Farsa is the hot girlfriend, but then everyone wants her. So then you gotta go to the gym, bulk up, you know, and then be able to smash everyone, but not in that way.
That's-
I think, yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
sure.
It makes sense, right? It makes sense.
It's the trophy wife analogy, essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. You're not looking to parade it around, but it's just that's something that everybody desires.
That's why
Yeah.
Farsa has her face covered.
Her eyes.
Oh, yeah, but
It's just
If she can't look at other people, she won't know how bad they are.
it's bad because in the lore, Alice took her eyes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not a choice. It's not a choice.
Hey, one baddie for another, you know?
Oh.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Farsa's story is sad.
It's pretty depressing. It's
Yeah.
pretty depressing. When are we gonna get?
At least she's strong
She is really strong, but well, Alice not
and
so
hot, I
much.
guess.
Wait, now that you mentioned that.
Mention what?
Like the entire everyone wants Farsa thing.
Yeah.
There are actually a lot of picks still out there that can make things a lot more harder, like the Arlots.
Yeah.
They're still left open, right?
Yes, the Arlots, the Chos.
Oh, but they picked the Phoveus.
Mhm.
But they can still Arlot. No.
They can oh, yes, they can still all
Maybe
at
they ask
home.
like, hey, Brusco, you want to use Phobia?
Brusco.
yo, Brusco,
Hey.
you can do a room Phobia.
Now forever, the image of like, hey, are we going to flex pick something is going to be like, yo, Kelra. Yo, Brusco, you want to play Yi Shun Shin, my guy? No, but it's true. The flex picks are going to be important, and I do agree that there's a lot of disruptors in the meta and that are still available in this draft to make sure that this Farsa does not have a good time. And now with the hey, yo, okay, just letting you guys know.
That there's a pause in the draft.
Yeah. Didn't realize that it looks exactly the same as like when you're in the game. I thought it'd be a different UI, but hey.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they heard that Farsa was hot and they'd be like, wait, pause.
Stop.
What?
Stop.
Pause.
We can't be distracted. Not on an elimination game.
My gosh, good luck, Hunter. Maybe that's all I can say.
Super Prince is looking across the room and is like, I get it.
That's the move. Sound like, oh, good luck, Hunter.
No, because like that's the thing. I think I was reviewing some notes, and even for homeboys, I feel like the same applies.
Yeah.
That things kind of changed when people got
Izanami
to
Neo is kind of like Izanami Neo.
Yeah, so we're seeing that right now.
That was bad.
here.
I know. I will punish myself.
That's 2 out of 10 right there. Oof, that one
Gideon
stung.
Couldn't say anything.
No, some of these, there's a hit and miss. It's a hit and miss.
Our
Maybe that's
friendship
why-
has been rough.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's just Izanami now.
He better, honestly, he
I
should have
want
stuck
him
with the
just to say,
Izanami.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yo, ain't it.
Where did that even come from?
Yeah, apparently
He's my
that's
boy,
his-
and I'm like, I don't approve. But that's kind of like a parent thing, you know?
That's more like a parent thing, I would agree.
Yeah.
Even so, as this draft continues, I am a little bit concerned of what exactly Brusco is going to play. I feel like it's going to be the Cho. Like, it's a gut feeling, but at the same time, there's not a lot of flexibility now that you've early picked the Phoveus, right? It's a lot of the flex picks that we see in the meta so far usually contributes to, hey, is it going to be EXP or is it going to be the Roam? Now, you're just kind of forced into this one road.
I think the Cho indeed has been his most picked hero, yeah.
I kind of feel like
Korea.
if you want to be a roamer, you have to know how to use the Cho.
Yeah, it's like junglers and Fanny, right?
Yeah.
You're a roamer. Do you know how to play the Cho?
Don't put me on the spot.
He can. I've seen him play Cho.
I can play Cho. It's just that you know you have those heroes where like you're amazing at it, but the moment you pick up, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Like, how am I the highest kill?
Oh, like
like
a
that
boy thing.
Yeah, like a boy thing. It's like you have an amazing game, but everyone else sucks. You know, it's kind of like your goal laner going 0-8 and 0, and I'm like, bruh.
Okay, you don't have to like put me. You don't have to put me in that kind of
So
position.
you're the gold
jeez.
leader.
Hey,
Actually, no, he's the one that actually carries most of us. He's legit pretty good.
I'm like, okay.
Everyone else is not. Actually, Husky is okay.
Husky's pretty decent.
Milo is very hit or miss. He will carry, or he's the reason why we lose.
He's mood based.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Milo. Love that guy.
He's the kind of guy that will pull off a Moscow zing, like yesterday.
Why
Sometimes,
did we have to name drop them?
hey, sometimes Milo, he can be innocent, but most of the time he's like a Mikey. Yeah, you see the difference? There's a very big disparity there. And it's all based on mood. If he's feeling good, he's innocent that day.
Not gonna lie, sometimes when he feels good, I'm even more nervous. When he feels good, I'm like, oh, you're feeling good? Like, oh yeah, I feel invincible. I'm like, okay.
Proceeds to play Mincetar Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have fun. MPLMY in a nutshell.
Oh
That's
my
why we're the
gosh.
best place to.
Boot camp?
Yeah, because anything that can happen will happen, so you're always prepared.
So, what about
What about?
where they boot camped?
Hey,
Why did they boot camp? Indo, right?
In Indonesia.
Hey, I think that everywhere. Okay, so this is what I've been gathering, right?
Okay,
From all the
okay.
teams who came down to well, not MPLMY, but came down to MY to boot camp, the general consensus is this. The Philippines, sometimes, they've got really good games, really good ranked games, really good
Yeah.
teams to play. Biggest issue, internet. Can they get consistent internet?
Okay,
Indonesia, decent internet, decent teams, really expensive venues, because how are you going to fit like 6, 7 people? So Malaysia is the perfect in-between where it's like, it's cheap enough, you get decent internet, and you get like semi-decent teams. So there's that.
So that's the tourism part. It's like, hey, come to
Yeah.
Malaysia. It's cheap.
I feel
it's-
like if teams heard
It's
that,
bang for buck.
It's bang bang for a buck.
It's bang bang for buck, and we have enough top tier teams from around the world coming to one place. Then, scrims are also going to be pretty good too.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times, and I like Malaysia.
I like how you took your time with that.
Hey, I do.
Like Malaysia.
That's just me helping you convince.
I mean, like most
people
players
move
come
out
to
there.
Malaysia, just eventually becomes like
What?
really super good. Innocent cram.
So you've been there
Me.
long enough, so you should be really good.
One of the
Right.
best. One of the best.
top tier.
I almost defeated Zorn. I'm not even kidding. We found him in rank and we almost did it. Almost.
Almost. Very close.
We only know because he was streaming and then we checked like, oh, so close. If we only did not make this one, two, a few mistakes, we would be fine.
What was he using?
I think Suyu or something, like he was playing jungle.
He was playing jungle?
Yeah, during that time he was playing jungle. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, like to be fair, I kind of feel like he's one of the best junglers in Malaysia.
The full experience was if you nearly beat him and he was on the likes of Igrak or something. Or like...
And LaFell was playing like Cho.
Yeah.
I will only use Cho on solo rank, so at least if I feel bad, I'll just be angry at a few randoms, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull down the MMR of the 4 other randoms. That's the way to go. Oh boy, this game is really taking some time. It looks like we're going to take some time before the technical issues are going to get locked in here. But I mean, spirits are very high for both sides. I don't think anybody is too disappointed just yet. Not entirely sure what the issue is just yet. But even so, thank you for everybody out there being patient enough to stick around for this matchup. Again, it is still elimination, so I can imagine that this is like a looming dread for Area 77.
Yeah, especially as they're one game away from actually potentially being eliminated here. And so far, in the past 2 days, or actually, if you count today, then yeah, that's 2 days. We've already seen what, like 2 teams get eliminated already? 2 or 3? Was it?
Two.
So it's
Yesterday was 2. We already
Yes.
had one today.
So that's 3.
Yes, quick maths.
That's quick maths. We're about to get another one here because this is the last lower bracket match we'll be seeing today because we're jumping to an upper bracket match right after this, which
Let's
is a
not talk about
qualification
that.
match.
It's
But
unprofessional to talk
yeah.
about other matches during
But
this
we
match.
don't talk
right?
about that
Yeah,
yet.
we don't talk about that ever. Oh.
What about later then?
Hey, what
It'll
about
just
this
be
pick?
silence. Just raw silence, and we cut over to the EECA broadcast.
Oh my.
Look, the game is already up, and now we are exactly the same position that we left off from just now, right? This final pick is going to be the Irithel from the side of ONIC PH. Very fast, very quick. Thank you, why not? As we go into the second half, now to the bans.
That's respect on the 1-1. I mean, even earlier on, we saw the mechanics already. The potential that you could get from ISO. So you'd really have to find a way to counter it out. Now, will ONIC PH indeed deny the other junglers available there for Shiro? But they banned the Hilda instead of any other jungler.
To be fair, Ureshi was playing a pretty decent game.
Yeah.
From early to mid, it seems like he was at the right places at the right time, on top of the right targets, making sure that King Kong's life was... he was forced to make certain moves because his life total was getting attacked by Ureshi consistently. So I'm all for it, right? Get rid of the Hilda, get rid of the annoying problems. Zetian gets banned out for the side of Area 77.
I guess that's the most interesting part. Because, like, the Zetians don't get that much attention anymore. Even though I feel like it was established that the trade back then was the Zetian into the Farsa, just canceling out the Veteran Airstrike wherever you are, but things have been different. The win rate hasn't been that good for the Zetian, so Area 77, if they want to double down on the mid lane bans again...
I mean, like, here's the thing, Brigitte.
What?
That's human nature.
People change.
You make one mistake,
Oh, it's different.
and everyone just keeps looking down on you. They'll look at you as unredeemable.
Unredeemable? God damn, brother.
That hurt.
Reality is harsh.
Whoa, wait. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, the Angela Irithel.
Dude, I'll wait. Go ahead.
I mean, it was an expression.
Yep, it's a good ban coming in from Area 77, right? They're looking ahead of time. And I think that the Zetian ban also has some logic behind it because a lot of the reason why they were losing fights in game number 1 was because of information, right?
Yeah.
It was the lack of information for Area 77. And every time they made a move, they got punished.
Another thing, if the airstrike open and
Yeah.
then Zetian user ult, can cancel that as well.
Yep.
Yeah, that too. But they still have
But Gato
ways,
could do that
so.
too. Oh, Suyo!
Oh.
Suyo Esmeralda.
I don't know about this one.
Where is... Well, yes, there's damage from the 1-1 Farsa.
No, I think that the Suyo may not... I think they're going to comfort picks, right? It
Yeah,
has
yeah,
to be
yeah,
comfort
yeah,
picks at this
comfort.
point because Suyo doesn't do well into this particular matchup. Yes, he chunks out the Yishin Shin given the right opportunities, but the Phoveus is going to be difficult to deal with. The Gatot as well, and most important,
Okay.
now that they've got the Farmus, it doesn't feel like ONIC PH can do too many mistakes, right? It's just, oh, I overextend. Drop down the ult.
In case there's any new players, this was the traditional way to deal with the 1-1, where when she uses the crossbow of Tang, you open up your ult so it doesn't like always refreshes. And the thing is, once you get like 2 or 3 items, your Ghost Bursters will be able to deal enough damage to 1-1 because she's a mid-range hero, so she will inevitably get hit by those Ghost Bursters as well. So very smart pick, showing their experience, showing the amount of years that they put into this game. But now, again, this is potentially Area 77's last game. I'm going to give it over to Gideon as well as Brigida.
Thanks, LaFell. Woo! All right, now that the technical pauses are out of the way, it's time we start moving into the game to see what is important between our two fighters, our gladiators, fighting for tournament life from NA. It's Area 77 on the blue side, facing off against a super fam, ONIC PH on the red side.
Man, these last picks coming in from Super Friends. Such interesting choices all the time. They always make sense. It felt like they had much more room to ban out other heroes too, because since Area 77 already revealed the Farsa, they didn't have to take out the Valentina and whatnot, so it was an easy option for ONIC PH here. But then again, let's see how they play this out. Seems like the plan is to still go in aggressively, potentially get the first blood, and they will. How fortunate is it that they actually get Shiro even?
A pretty bad mistake. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to get punished this hard because you see the initial tap the blade surge into the wall. He wanted to go over the wall to get right on top of the Litho Wanderer as it spawned. Had he gotten that, he would have more than enough time to not only take the Litho but go to his purple buff. But the cooldowns, right? They're still pretty long in the earlier stages of the game. Just a nice chain of CC from Super Friends and Brusco.
Yeah, and also interesting, somehow Shiro still able to catch up, also stole away that gold crab away. They find a way to deal with Brusco as well. So they even out the kill score, and they might actually try to go for Kinko. What? Ooh, maybe not the best decision, especially as you're trying to catch up. So that just hands over 2 kills in the early game for King Kong.
That has to be... That was quite the mistake. I'm not sure because he knew what the jungle pathing was. He shows up by Litho Wanderer, knows that he doesn't have his orange buff, therefore it should still be up. Gets into the fight, they do make the initial play on towards Brusco's side, but then why go further than that? Why go make your way towards Beetle's side? And you know that you're low.
You literally handed over the information, and now Ureshi gets handed over to ONIC PH as well. Ghostbusters already committed. Joy Bodge, will he still try to attempt to scout, though? I don't think at this point Area 77 should actually try to contest for anything, and just as they still want to farm, Shiro gets denied of that. King Kong's the only one who worked on the objective. There's the Curse of the Crow, however. Super Friends dodging all those feathered airstrikes, still survives, also dodges the falling Star Moon. Area 77 doesn't get to punish them at all.
Area 77 need to take a deep breath right now because they're playing a little nervous, right? They're making these desperate moves when honestly it's not a desperate situation within the game. I understand the elimination is on the line here, but if they don't recollect themselves, these mechanical mistakes, ONIC PH will start disrespecting you. We need to see you hold your ground like you did in game number 1.
Okay, Joy Bodge. Do they have the damage to deal with him? King Kong catches up Mountain Shocker into Joy Bodge. Will actually get to punish, not even punish, just clearly take him down. Shiro gets chased by Super Friends. AOG committed by Brusco. They're forcing the fight right here. There goes the NetherRealm as well, surviving or allowing them to survive. things are not looking too good. It's already a 6-1 kill score.
Hunter, please, we need you to land these shots. He's trying to be... Oh, wait, no! Ureshi finds a play of his own, but it did come at the cost of his flicker. If he manages to walk it, it'll be great, but no, he's gonna fall as well. You can see this desperation oozing out of Area 77.
You need to see the chemistry, their familiarity with one another come in, because it feels like they're doing too much things, separate things, individually in this game, which clearly is not the way to go up against this lineup, especially if you're trying to play around certain heroes of Area 77, because being this much behind, especially on Shiro, doesn't guarantee the space that your other members need to farm up.
Yes, and right now, you can tell that when it comes down, when people talk about experience, right, most people are thinking, oh, you need to have a certain level of game IQ. No, ONIC PH has years of protocols that they've implemented in their game, force of habits when they see certain movements across the map. When you see someone like Ureshi walks up, guess who's there? Kirk, keeping an eye on it. And with that being said, their numbers advantage can pinch them whenever they want to. With the lead that they have, they're forcing it.
Dark Wave and Infernal Pursuits into the AOG. Even with those two setups, it's all enough for ONIC PH to take down several members from Area 77, and now it's an easy way for them to convert. Just 5 minutes into this game, they'll actually get to take the Tier 1 in mid.
Yep, this mid trio from ONIC PH. Now bulldozing their way, the most important structure of the mid lane collapses, and the anchor of Area 77 just struggling. Like, I mean, ISO, he's doing okay, right? He's trying to hold on to this wave, but the single assist, and more importantly so, the crab control from Kelra is only going to propel him forward, right? 92 gold, honestly not that bad. ISO is holding on despite Kelra's initial assist.
Oh, but Shiro gets caught here in the middle of 3, or actually 4 members of ONIC PH. That's already monster kill for King Kong. Gets to use the Mountain Charger onto Hunter. And with the AOG, they don't get to catch Joy Bodge, but still, those are two crucial members from Area 77 already.
The one thing that you should never give ONIC PH, it's tempo. They've got not only a decent lead on their side that we've seen a lot of teams recover from, even at the top of their game, but tempo is too powerful.
That's Kirk dealing with 2 members all by himself. And with that little help he got from Super Friends, they got to kill ISO for the first time. So all members of Area 77, they're clearly struggling at this point in time.
Any play that they make is going to get disengaged. They need to understand how this composition works from the side of ONIC PH. They're getting bulldozed through because they don't have the right abilities at the right times. Not to mention, not even the items, right? So it feels hopeless. The only ways we see ONIC PH actually dropping the ball mainly comes from Brusco. His AOG is a game changer right now. Great disengage, but more importantly, it forces Area 77 to use a battle spell if they are caught out in the open. We need to start with that. Punish Brusco. Get that AOG out of the way, and then be patient if ONIC PH makes a mistake.
And that might just be the way they're planning to go. And their first step is to maybe avoid the fights for now, as they look for the trades on the opposite sides of the map. But will ONIC PH actually let you avoid these fights? Kirk will try to chase down Shiro, forced to use the Retribution. AOG gets dodged, but he won't get to judge the Infernal Pursuits. And they finally deal with him once again for the 6th time in this game.
Honestly, it's not too bad because there's no jungle camps that Shiro could have taken, right? No jungle camps to invade and steal. Taking that tier 2 is not that bad, and dying for a 6th time at this point really isn't much goal to the side of ONIC PH. They can kill him another 4 more times, and then yes, we have the Diggy, good old Diggy feeding strap, but even so, he's basically pretty worthless.
Yeah, Ureshi's gonna try his very best to escape this chase from ONIC PH. Fortunately, he has the mobility as an Esmeralda and the flicker to keep him safe. But that doesn't change the fact that he'll get to find King Kong in the mid lane, and King Kong's the one who has enough damage to actually deal with him there.
They've already taken down Ureshi here. ONIC PH, they want anybody other than Shiro right now. Shiro just doesn't give them enough gold. It's not worth the time. They've already taken 1 off of ISO. They've taken 1 off of Ureshi at this point. Sorry, 3 off of Ureshi. They just need to get these holy shields down. If they're able to crack these holy shields early on, this Lord could be devastating for ONIC PH. They have a 6.4k lead with the majority of their carries already moving to their third item.
Yeah, that's already a Blade of Despair that you can see. Oh, doesn't even get to use the ejector. He's just cancelled by the Dark Wave as well. Feathered Airstrike doesn't deal enough damage either towards the members of ONIC PH. So they're not gonna force a fight. Look at King Kong just working on other things across the map. ISO tries to fight against him, but that might not be the right choice. Just look at the damage coming in from this 904 Yi Sun Shin.
3 empowered auto attacks is all he needs to take out ISO. There's really no counterplay to that. For now, Shiro, understanding his role, hey, if there's anything I need to do, it's to push these towers. The holy shielding from the side of Area 77 starts to collapse, and that's perfect for ONIC PH. They're setting up this lore. They don't care. Take the econ turrets on the tier 2s. Yes, they're not buffed up anymore, and they'll take a little bit shorter to break down, but when this lore falls into the hands of ONIC PH, they're going to look to end.
Yeah, these are things that ONIC PH just willingly chose to let go of. They just allowed Shiro to take those turrets, to take the orange buff. It's not like they don't have any information whatsoever that he's doing that anyway. And now they assign Kirk to go for the chase. He might just deny Shiro of his path to getting back to his base, but at least for now, Area 77, they definitely have to find a way to defend and deal with this upcoming siege.
And now they're calling the squadron back. They're like, whatever, you can take an inhibitor if you want to. You can try, because we're going to close out this game, Shiro. You decide your fate, as we see ONIC PH now knocking on the front door.
Oh, he probably tried to buy some time, but look at the Feather Airstrike immediately cancelled by the Dark Wave. There goes the Unstoppable Force and the Ejector onto Kelvin, but the Netherrealm saves him just in time, and even the Crossbow of Tang doesn't feel like it dealt enough damage against ONIC, but it will be enough to at least send them back.
All right, they took an inhibitor. They're looking for one more inhibitor. And Shiro, he's already gotten that initial push, but for some reason, they decided to switch Kirk and Brusco, right? With 2 inhibitors now, Brusco's finally back in. He's been holding the AOG this entire time! Oh my god!
And there goes the AOG, who actually somehow gets to dodge it, but will he be able to dodge the damage coming in from ONIC PH? Might not. And now they gain access to the base. This looks like it's finally it for ONIC PH, but Area 77 still find a way to clear it.
Another wave is about to collapse. Topside is going to go through, and it looks like ONIC, they're waiting for a mistake. They can't really necessarily force it. They already technically made a mistake by diving too far, and now they're just waiting for the waves to make sure that this is an inevitable end.
Yeah, fortunately they get to dodge those potential setups coming in from ONIC PH, but the death timers aren't that long, so they might have to respect that a bit as well. All members of Area 77 are back in this game, but they seem to want to end it as soon as they can. They find a target there. They look for Joy Bodge. They finally get to take him down. ISO gets to find the stacks, but there's a Winter Crown and another realm. And this might finally be the opportunity for ONIC PH to end things. They don't have the minions, however, but that's a near wipeout for Area 77. ISO will try to find an opening, but that will be denied from them. And this means that ONIC PH will stay in